I feel like I'm an exile filmmaker making films about exiles in exile. It's an experience, and that only exiles really understand or don't understand. It's almost like a spiritual malady, I would say. It's kind of this eternal longing. And I think for me, I was born into this, so it's not like I had a choice. But
السلام عليكم شباب، شو الأخبار؟
ليه الفلسطينية؟ طب أنت يعني ليش طلعت من لبنان؟
ولمان على السؤال. لبنان مش بلادنا خيا، لبنان مثل السجن زي عندكم في غزة. تعرف لما تعود الناس تعاملهم زي الكلاب بصيروا ياكلوا بعضهم.
Most of them don't actually make it. This is that's just the reality, and that's been my experience. Only the lucky ones get out. And even today, I mean, it's way more difficult than it was when I started to document this. Every time I fly back home to Copenhagen from Athens, the first thing that meets me, any flight arriving from Athens to Northern Europe, be it Berlin or Copenhagen or any other city, there's at least 5-6 police cops, officers, whatever, but with guns and everything waiting for you to check, your papers, your documents. So I would say it's almost impossible to make it out. And yet the human will, the where there's a will, there's a way. So people are still trying, I don't think that they're so naive that they think that life is better on the other side, because they have no idea. You're journeying into the unknown. What I feel like they know is like whatever it is, it can't be as bad and as horrible as this. And I think that's what drives people out. I mean, why else? If you have a happy life, if you don't have bombs raining on your head, why would you want to leave your loved ones or your land, the landscape where you come from? When I came here, a whole new world opened up, and I saw all these young men, in particular young men, because those are the guys I had access to. I wasn't able to film women. It was mostly young Palestinian men from the camps in Lebanon or Syria who had tried to make it into Europe. The gateway to Europe is Greece, and they were stranded here on the streets of Athens. And so that became the landscape. The biggest sin you can commit, I think, as a filmmaker, is to bore someone. It's based on many things. It's based on imagination, on real stories, on literature, on poetry, on Mahmoud Darwish, who features in there, Edward Said, Ghassan Kanafani. They're all part of this cocktail, the exile cocktail.
لا إخوة لك يا أخي، سقط القناع.
From day one, it's like we don't exist. There's no such thing as a Palestinian people. And the fact that we keep coming back and haunting them and telling them to F off is like, it's their worst nightmare. We're their worst nightmare, because we're the ones who are like shaking the very foundation that they built on top of us. They committed a grave sin, and their allies are trying to pretend nothing happened. But everyone knows that we were robbed in broad daylight. Everyone knows. And they're just desperately trying to, change the narrative. But it's a mission impossible. We're here, and we're telling our stories. This is our we're right here.